Today, we're diving into the digital nightmare that is being a horse in Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's be real for a second. Rockstar created the most impressive virtual horses gaming has ever seen. They've got those realistic animations, that deep bonding system, and yes, those anatomically correct testicles that respond to weather changes. Weird flex, Rockstar, but you do you. But guys, have you ever stopped mid-game and thought, damn, my horse is living through actual hell right now? Because while we're all busy living our best yeehaw life, these digital dobbins are basically starring in their own personal horror movie. So saddle up, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's trot through the horrifying reality of being Arthur Morgan's four-legged friend in a world that seems precisely designed to kill horses in the most spectacular ways possible. Let's start with the life struggle every Red Dead 2 horse must face. You are completely expendable. The average player goes through horses faster than Arthur goes through tuberculosis-induced coughing fits. Did you know there are 19 different horse breeds in the game with multiple coat variations? Why so many? Because Rockstar knows you're going to get your loyal companion killed and need replacements. And when that happens, you'll spend about 5 minutes mourning before immediately finding a new best friend. One moment you're the beloved Tennessee Walker that's been with Arthur since the beginning of the game, and the next you're being traded in for an Arabian that some player found in the wild because it's had slightly better stats. Talk about loyalty. And let's be real about the bonding system. Players will feed you premium hay, brush you obsessively, and pat your neck 100 times. Not because they care about your well-being, but because they want that level 4 bonding for the stat bonus. That's not love, that's just grinding with extra steps. Oh boy, my human is brushing me again. This must mean he truly cares about. Oh wait, he's just trying to unlock the ability to drift on horseback. And don't get me started on how players will save the game just to see what happens when they ride you off a cliff. Your entire existence is basically a series of quick saves and horse revivers. If being emotionally disposable wasn't bad enough, the entire state of New Hanover might as well be called Horse Death Simulator 1899. Let's count the ways you can die as a horse, shall we? You can be shot in a gunfight you didn't start, trampled by other horses, mauled by cougars, wolves, or bears, run over by a train, drowned in what appears to be 6 inches of water, ridden off a cliff by a player who's just testing science, exhausted to death because your owner forgot horses need rest, or my personal favorite, spontaneously yeeting yourself off a tiny rock that apparently registered as the Grand Canyon to the game's physics engine. The environment itself seems designed to murder you. There's not a tree, rock, or a slight change in elevation that won't send you or your rider flying. And then who gets blamed? Not the player's terrible steering or decisions to gallop full speed through a dense forest. Nope, it's always stupid horse this and glitchy controls that. Plus you're constantly being shot at because your human can't seem to go 5 minutes without antagonizing the entire O'Driscoll gang. You didn't sign up for this. You're just a horse. You should be munching grass and doing whatever the horse equivalent of Netflix and chill is. Let's talk about work-life balance, which for a Red Dead 2 horse is basically non-existent. Your entire existence is spent being Arthur Morgan's personal U-Haul. The average player will make you carry 3 entire deer carcasses at once, sprint for miles without rest, navigate treacherous mountain paths in the dark, stand perfectly still in the middle of a shootout, and somehow remain calm when there's literally a dead cougar strapped to your back. Sure, just strap another 200-pound animal carcass to my back. It's fine. I didn't need those vertebrae anyways. And while we're at it, the stamina system is completely unfair. Your human can chug miracle tonics and instantly recover. But you get ridden until you're gasping for breath, and your only hope is that your owner remembers horse stimulant exists or decides to let you rest for 5 seconds. The true insult? After being a literal pack mule, your reward is a sugar cube, maybe an oat cake if you're lucky. Meanwhile, Arthur's at camp eating Pearson's stew and complaining about how tough his day was. Oh, a single carrot after carrying you across 3 states while being shot at by bounty hunters? Gee, thanks. Let's discuss the horse living conditions in Red Dead 2, which can be summarized as wherever your human abandoned you last. While Arthur gets to sleep in hotels, camp in tents, or at least under some kind of shelter, where do you sleep? Wherever you were hitched. That's where. Blizzards in Amberino, better get comfortable standing in that snowdrift for the next 8 hours while your human plays poker and gets drunk at the saloon. Sure, I'll just wait outside in the literal lightning storm while you finish your 5th game of blackjack. No worries. And speaking of being abandoned, how many times has your owner whistled for you, only to immediately whistle for you to flee the moment you arrived? The emotional whiplash alone would drive any horse to therapy. Then there's the whole stable situation. You might get lucky and be the main horse, but chances are you are one of the extras that spend 99% of the game staring at the stable wall, just sitting there, rendered in excruciating detail with your shrinking testicles, waiting for a player who will probably never come back for you because they found a slightly faster horse. We've covered the physical hardships, but what about the psychological trauma? Being a horse in Red Dead means living in a constant state of gaslighting. One minute your human is patting your neck saying, "You're alright, Bo," and the next they're spurring you to jump off a cliff because they saw a collectible car glinting in the distance. Don't worry, girl, you're okay. Now charge directly at the gang of armed outlaws. Let's not forget the mixed signals of horse breaking. You're minding your business in the wild. Then some cowboy lassos you, jumps on your back, and violently breaks your spirit. Then 5 minutes later, they're feeding you peppermints and telling you you're a good girl. That's not a healthy relationship dynamic. And the naming. Oh God, the naming. You think being called Roach in The Witcher was bad? I've seen streamers name their majestic Arabian Glue Factory or Horse Number 4. The psychological damage alone would send any self-respecting stallion straight to the therapist's couch. My name is Booty Cheeks now. Fantastic. Just fantastic. So there you have it, the nightmare existence of being a horse in Red Dead Redemption 2. You're overworked, underappreciated, constantly in danger, emotionally manipulated, and ultimately replaceable. And yet, there's something poetic about it all. In a game that's largely about the end of an era, about obsolescence, about being replaced by progress, maybe the horse's experience is the true heart of the Red Dead story. In the end, just like Arthur Morgan and the cowboys of the Old West, the horses too are living on borrowed time, giving their all for a world that will eventually move on without them. But until that day comes, they'll continue to faithfully carry us through one of the gaming's most beautiful and detailed worlds, even if we don't deserve them. If you've enjoyed this needlessly deep analysis of fictional horse suffering, smash that like button, subscribe for more overthinking of video game mechanics, and let me know in the comments what your favorite horse breed is, or what you named your trusty steed. This is Zane, trotting off until next time.